At the top of the show, Mel and I were talking about talking to someone who's a professional about managing your money. It seems like when we all first go to work and they start talking to us about retirement, we kind of look at them like they're crazy. It's like, that's 20, 30, who knows how many years off. And then all of a sudden, life kind of comes around in a big circle and there you are. And sometimes you're not ready. And that's an awful feeling. It doesn't have to be that way. There's an awful lot of people out there who specialize in getting you ready for retirement and to have enough money for the rest of your life. As a matter of fact, Mel has a great story and she found somebody who might be perfect for you. Take a look.
Local financial expert Elizabeth Evanisco joins us on AM Buffalo to talk about getting proactive when it comes to building financial security, even during times like this.
It's an unprecedented year. What are you telling people? How do you stop us panicking when it comes to our money?
2020 was, as you mentioned, yes, quite the year. I think it was a really good stress test for people. And in a lot of ways, right? But particularly their money. I think people felt really good coming into 2020 when it came to their money. The market was doing well. And then bam, March hits. And all of a sudden people were like, oh my gosh, am I okay? Is my financial plan secure? It's a really important time to sit back and say, okay, if March was our fire drill and maybe we weren't really prepared, is what can we be doing now to make sure that we have a sound financial plan going into 2021?
And is it ever too late? Because I think if you've got yourself into debt during this time because you couldn't work, but you still had to pay your rent, you still had to pay your bills, and so you've racked up this credit card debt. I mean, how do you get ahead once you're in that situation?
What happened in 2020 is there's kind of two schools of people, right? There were the individuals who had to close their businesses, who, as you mentioned, maybe had to take on debt, or there's still people who are out of work. And those individuals, the main focus needs to be to get back on their feet. But then there's the second group, which is, okay, once you're back on your feet, or even for those individuals who maybe have been working throughout, and there's people right now who maybe have more in their savings accounts than what they're used to because we haven't been able to do anything or go anywhere. And for those individuals, it's looking at, yes, debt and also savings. Debt, is there high interest that should be paid off? Should you look at remortgaging, shaving a few years off your mortgage? And then the third part of that is the savings is, okay, well, if I do have extra savings, where should those dollars go? And it really depends on when you're going to use it. So if you're in a spot where you could save more and put yourself in a better spot to retire financially secure, then that's certainly advantageous. And then also for individuals who are currently retired, are they in a position where maybe they can do some sort of legacy or setting things up for their grandchildren, those types of savings? Everybody's situation is different. And once again, that's why it's so important that if you are working with an advisor, that you have a really good idea of what's the best thing that I should be doing.
They say that 75% of people don't even consider seeing a financial advisor. And I've got to say, it's something that I always thought it was just, rich people had someone to manage their money. But is it a good move for someone who's just, a regular person with a job, 9 to 5?
It's funny. My dad, he owned an auto repair shop. And I always joked with people when I first meet them, it's like, well, you could figure out how to fix your own brakes, right? You could go buy a book and go in your garage or your driveway and try to fix your own brakes. But at the end of the day, brakes are pretty important, right? So generally you would take it to a mechanic, someone who does it all day, every day without thinking of it. And that's kind of what a financial advisor is too, right? This is what we do all day. So we're able to take that stress off of you for sure.
Find out more at retire.ceterainvestors.com.